Welcome to another episode of the Fourth Quarter Podcast. I am your host, Jonathan. I got my boy Bobby back in with me today. What's going on, bro?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man? It's game
Uh,
day.
yes, sir. Definitely. We got Justin back. But before we get into the Sunday slate, we want to do a little quick recap of Thursday's game. Baltimore did end up becoming victorious with a 34-20 win over Cincy, but there were some tough losses in that game.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is out for the season with a wrist injury. And as of right now, Mark Andrews is also out indefinitely with an ankle injury. Um, how do you think that is going to affect those teams for the remainder of the season?
Honestly, I think it's going. I think Joe Burrow loss is obviously going to affect Cincinnati way more than Mark Andrews' loss. I mean, it's still other people stepping up in that role in Baltimore. So I mean, while they are missing his favorite target, he still has other targets to go to in Baltimore. But Cincinnati, theirs is kind of iffy, man. I mean, if they had any chance of making a run for the playoffs, it's pretty much shot now that Joe Burrow is out. And I mean, it's like they schedule not gonna get any easier. It's just mainly it's all downhill from that injury, bro.
Yeah. Um, in regards to the Ravens, they have Isaiah Likely as their
Mhm.
other tight end, and he's been productive when playing. So I think that the loss of Mark Andrews obviously is going to be big, um, but like you said, they got other players that can step up and fill in when need to. So I think that the Bengals are probably not going to make it to the playoffs now with Joe Burrow out, which is
Mhm.
unfortunate. Um, but yeah, I think the Ravens are still in pretty good shape. But I think that Mark Andrews loss is going to be somewhat big. But like I said, and like you
Yeah,
said, they got players that's stepping up, so they should be good.
yeah.
So yeah, we got a good packed Sunday today. We got our boys going against the Lions.
Yep.
Um, we got we got my tail dog in the comments said got ESPN analyst Bobby on the podcast today. What's up, tail dog? But yeah, so right now, from what I'm seeing, the line hasn't really shifted much. It's still at 7.5 for the spread. Um, the over under last time I checked it was 47.5.
Mhm.
Um, I already placed a bet for the money line for the Bears, but I also did a actual ticket for that game. Let me pull it up real quick, and
Okay.
you can tell me what you think. So I got a DJ Moore anytime touchdown, Cole Kmet anytime touchdown, Justin over 203 passing, DJ over 62 receiving. I got Darnell Mooney with at least 3 receptions, Khalil Herbert over 32 rushing, and then Cole Kmet over 38 receiving.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad. I think it's depending on how Justin gonna distribute the ball. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
who he gonna go to more in this game? I mean, I can see a DJ Moore touchdown. I can see a Cole Kmet touchdown. I don't really see both of them having that touchdown at the same on the same game. But I mean, it's not unlikely at all. I think it's more so like I said, Justin he gonna have to distribute the ball more. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I if anybody, I would rock with DJ Moore because he's gonna have to get fed this game. Like this is gonna be a deciding factor for Justin and DJ connection. Like, are they still connected or did they fall off a little bit? Like, so I
Mm-hmm.
think this is gonna be that game where he's gonna feed DJ Moore a little more than Cole.
The reason why I put him, Cole and DJ for anytime touchdowns on that ticket is because I have a completely separate ticket where I have CJ Stroud with 3 passing touchdowns, Justin Fields with 2, and Dak with
Hmm.
3. So
I like that.
I felt that the 2 passing touchdowns from Justin would go to DJ Moore and Cole Kmet, if anything. Like I like the chances of them getting the
Yeah.
touchdowns for that. So it was kind of like hand in hand type of thing to go with that other ticket. So
Right.
I mean, but I see what you're saying. You know, like it is going to be a big game for DJ, which is why I definitely wanted to take the over on the yards. I think that's a lock,
Yeah.
especially if I got Justin passing over 200. He got to pass the ball to somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
What you
Yeah.
like for that game?
So for what I put for the game specifically, I put DJ Moore 50 plus. I put Sam Laporta 25 plus. And then I put an alternate over in for that one ticket that I have. I put an alternate over in for 36.5. But then I also on a separate ticket, I put Amon Ra for 50, and then I put David Montgomery for 25 also. So
25
I think
receiving or rushing?
Russian.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason why I didn't go high on David Montgomery is because the Bears right now have the number one rushing defense in the league right now. So, or if it's not number one, it's like top 3 or something like that. But I think more so like they're not going to allow people just run it down their throat all game, especially David Montgomery when they got that switch off back with Jahmyr Gibbs in there. So I didn't want to really overdo David's stat line and his props. So I kind of went more so on the passing side than the rushing.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. And also, you know, we got to see what the passing protection looks like. Well, not pass protection, but pass defense for the Bears looks like. Because I feel like this is going to be a game where Jared Goff is going to have to, you know, go off for them to win. I don't think that the Russian offense is going to be huge for Detroit this game.
Yeah.
Were there any other props from any other games that you like?
I did like a few. I really like the San Francisco game. I really like that game against Tampa Bay.
Okay. So I pulled that one up. They got the spread at 13.5, minus 820 favorites for the 49ers, and then over under at 41. So what props was you looking at for that one?
So on that game, I put in a San Fran money line. I put that in. I put a Christian McCaffrey touchdown. I think he's due for a touchdown since he didn't get one last game and his streak ended. So I think he's going to pick back up where he left off from last game. So I think he's going to get in the end zone today. Brandon Ayuk, I don't think they can really cover him and George Kittle at the same time. And with Debo back, I think he's going to get fed a lot. So I got him plus 40. And then I got George Kittle 25 plus as well.
So what Ayuk prop did you take? You took 50?
I took him 40 plus. I took an alternate receiver.
Okay. Bet. For this one, I like the CMC pick. The only thing is it's like it depends on how much you putting up on that because it ain't really no value with it being at minus 220. So if you do that, I would say maybe like 3 more props.
Yeah,
on that ticket.
You for sure got to parlay it with something. You for sure got to parlay it.
I would take what's the line for Brock's passing? They got it at 257. I kind of like that prop, and the reason why is because the secondary of Tampa Bay has not been good this year. They front four has been decent, but they secondary has been trash, which is why CJ Stroud had the type of game that he had against them.
Yeah.
So I like the over on Brock's passing, especially if you think that the receivers are going to have good games. Like I said, they got to throw it to somebody. So
exactly.
I like Brandon Ayuk. I feel like he gets the ball a little bit more than Debo and George Kittle. So I like him at 50. Debo at 40, and I like the 25 play that you said with George Kittle.
Yeah,
I think Mike Evans will get you 40, but I don't know if there's really any value in that. That's at minus 290. But if you do go to 50, it's minus 178. So Can he get
Yeah,
10 extra yards against that
it's
secondary?
it's real rough against. I mean, I don't know who they're gonna have him lined up against, but I just really think if anybody has a shot on Tampa, it's gonna be him because Chris Godwin going across the middle with Fred Warner and it's not going. I don't think it's going to play out how they think it's going to play out against all these other teams. Like usually I would take Godwin, but it's real iffy against the San Francisco 49ers. So that's why I
Right.
kind of left him alone. But if anybody, I would take Mike Evans for a receiver prop.
For sure. What about the Jaguars and Titans game? You like anything from that?
So it's funny because I always put in the same exact props for every game for the Jags, and I always hit on those props. And those props are I always take Evan Ingram 25 plus. I
Okay.
always take Christian Kirk. I always take Christian Kirk 50 plus. And then I always do Trevor Lawrence. I always do him 200 or 225, just depending.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I feel like for me, anytime I've put in this play in for the Jags, it's always cashed. Anytime touchdown, Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
I feel like you could put him in that same bracket as CMC as like an automatic lock when it comes to
Yeah.
anytime, pretty much.
Yeah.
The
He could
anytime for
easily
him
get
is at
you.
minus 125. So I mean it's still good value with that.
Yeah. Yeah. He could easily get you 40 yards too. So I would take that prop as well.
Hmm.
Um, But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that's a decent lock for Travis Etienne anytime touchdown.
Yeah, I like that one. If I may, because I was looking at possibly doing like a little anytime touchdown ticket, like
Hmm.
one person from each game type of thing. Um, the ones that I liked that really stood out to me was I think that rookie running back from Miami, Achane, I think he scores
Hmm.
today on his first game back against the Raiders. I got the tight end Jake Ferguson for the Cowboys on fantasy. I
Hmm.
think that's a lock for a touchdown, especially against the Panthers defense.
Yeah.
Um, and then Austin Eckler. Those were like the three that really stood out to me.
Hmm.
Um, if you want like a sleeper anytime touchdown, I would say Noah Brown for the Houston Texans
I like
against the
that.
Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I think I would add. I think Tony Pollard. I think he's due for a touchdown this game against the Panthers. I think Dak was distributing the ball all crazy last game and he didn't get one, and I think he gonna try to get one this game. So I locked in Tony Pollard anytime touchdown for today.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm trying to see. Did you touch so outside of because I know we talked about the Bears money line and then the 49ers money line. Were there any other money lines that you like thought about taking?
Yeah. So and this one I took this strictly for the value. I took Minnesota money line against Denver.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I like that one. Um, see that's an actual sneaky game. Like the more I think about it,
Yeah.
it's a sneaky game because I think it could really go either way.
Hmm.
Especially the Broncos starting to catch a little stride going. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I, I
I
took I
don't,
took it I took it strictly for the value because I'm like, man, like it's one of those it can go up or down. So they had them
mhm.
as the underdog. So I was like, look, I mean, I honestly don't know. I'm like, man, I gotta take that value. So with Minnesota being the underdog, I think I locked them in at plus 132. Yeah,
Mhm.
plus 132. Yeah, I had to take that money line for them.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I don't know. it's like I wanna give Russ the benefit of the doubt and like, all right, maybe he catching his groove back, but then again, it's like Josh Dobbs is actually showing, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He in his groove right now.
And the Vikings like to blitz, so it's like, how is Russ gonna handle that? How's that
Yeah.
offensive line gonna handle that? Because Broncos ain't really got a decent offensive line, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really hard to go either way, to be honest. It's just more so I'm like, look, I gotta lock this in because like you said, it could go either way. So I'm like, man, I'm a rock with the Vikings. They hot right now with Josh Dobbs, and he got his
Mm-hmm.
favorite target in T.J. Hawkinson. I think he's still playing, even though he was a little banged up last week. I think he gonna play this week. Um, the only reason I really didn't want to take it is because I didn't know if Justin Jefferson was gonna play, and I don't think he
He's not
suited up
playing.
today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not playing.
so I think he gonna have to feed Jordan Addison as always. Like it's more
Mm-hmm.
so. I think I think they got a shot to go ahead and surprise Denver. Like, hey, even though we kind of rebuilding with our new quarterback, we still like that.
I think TJ Hawkinson 50 plus yards is a lot.
Oh yeah,
I
easily.
think that's a lot. I would even throw in 40, possibly 50 for Jordan Addison. Um, because I feel like those two are gonna have big games. I mean, but then again, is KJ Osborne playing or is he still out? You know?
I didn't see his prop line, so I think he might be out.
Let me go look real quick. Um, no, they got his receiving yards on here, and they got Brandon Powell.
Oh
Brandon
yeah.
Powell's actually might be the sneaky play because he gets touches. So they got his line at 22 and a half.
See, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical because I really feel like he can get that, but it's more so like it's it's something in me like, man, why they only got you at 22 and a half? Like why not I mean,
Because he's a
a
he's
lot of
like wide
people
receiver.
going right, but even still, he got that he still has that value to get more than that easily. So
Mhm.
like mainly, hey, two touches and he could get that. But it's more
Yeah.
so I just it's hard for me to take that prop line when he got Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, K.J. Osborne. It's hard for me to take that line.
Yeah. I feel like that'll be cutting it close.
Hmm.
But what about Javante Williams rushing yards?
What they got his over on
It, 66.
66? See, I wouldn't even touch it, to be honest. I wouldn't touch that. And that's just me,
Hmm.
only because I really have a a weird faith in Minnesota defense in a defensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I have a weird faith that they they not they not gonna get ran over like that.
Yeah. Um, Another game that I liked, I felt that there was a lot of value was I kind of mentioned a few picks from that earlier, the Texans versus the Cardinals.
Mm,
Like I said, I got CJ Stroud passing for 3 touchdowns on one ticket.
hmm.
So I liked Tank Dell 50 plus. I liked Nico Collins 50 plus.
Hmm.
Um, as I look at the plays now, um, I'm starting to like a Dalton Schultz touchdown, anytime
Okay.
touchdown, just because I feel like, for QBs, tight ends are always a safety blanket. So if it's a red
Hmm.
zone type of situation, quick little pass to Dalton Schultz and boom, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I like that one. Um, but it's like his favorite receiver to me has been Tank Dell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I want to take Tank Dell for an anytime touchdown, especially since I got him in fantasy on one of my teams.
Hmm.
So yeah, I liked that, and then I liked I think they had CJ passing yards was at like 260. Like, let me see. Put it back up. They got it at 262.
262 for CJ Stroud. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's doable. Like,
Mm-hmm.
especially against like who they playing, the Titans?
No, the
Oh
Cardinals.
no, Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly don't see him going under that, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
if anything, I see him at 250 plus, so I would take an alternate over, but I think he been slinging it. Like they got him in MVP categories. Like bro, like I think he gonna keep playing to his full potential especially against the Cardinals. So
So his last two games, he had 470 against Tampa Bay, and then he had 356 against Cincy. Um, I'm looking at Prize Picks because they got his line at 268.
okay,
And his last five games, those two that I just mentioned. Then he had 249 against Atlanta, 199 against the Saints, and then 140 against the Panthers. So it's doable. And then, I feel that it's kind of easy to throw the ball against the Cardinals. So I
hmm
could see him hitting that 262. So I
yeah,
would take it.
yeah. I mean, for the value, I would take that. I would take that, and honestly, I don't think that with Kyler coming back, I don't think that the Cardinals are going to be that far out of the game where they need to just run.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be a passing game. So I would definitely take that 262.
Would you take the 273 for Tua? Because I saw that earlier.
Uh, I mean, I don't mind it, but I honestly, I personally, so this is just me. I personally don't take props that kind of go over 250 for quarterbacks, and
Mhm.
simply because it's more so when you, especially when you in that category with like Tua or like Trevor or some like Justin Herbert, like that really be slinging it. It's a couple teams that really can hinder your progress. And I think the Raiders playing Miami, I think they really coming in for blood, like we talked about on Wednesday. Like
Mhm.
I think they come in like, hey, we have nothing to lose, so we coming
Because
for you.
they still technically in playoff contention.
Yeah, like we still coming for you. They are 500 right now. They 5-5. So
Yeah.
I think it's more so. I think I would do 250, but 275. That's kind of a stretch.
Yeah. I think I saw an alternate for Tua at 250 as well. On a ticket that I was looking at earlier. So I mean, yeah, I don't. I can every time I bet on Tua, he let me down. So I just wanted to see like what the vibe was on your end because I
Yeah.
know I'm not betting on him. Um, but I mean, the only other game that I like is the Monday game,
yeah. Yeah.
and for that one, let me pull it up. Let me see what the props talking about. Um, So Monday they got the Chiefs as the favorite at minus 152, Eagles
hmm
at plus 128. I think we both said we was taking the Eagles money line.
hmm
Um, I like I like a Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown in this one.
Yeah. I was thinking that same thing. I was thinking that
I like a
same thing,
Jalen
bro.
Hurts anytime touchdown in that one. I think AJ Brown gets over 60 yards.
Yeah,
I think
for
that's
sure.
light. I Travis Kelsey hasn't really been like dominating games where he's had
Right.
like big receiving yards, but he's like important in key moments, I guess. So
hmm
it's like I want to say I got him for 50, but it's like as of recently, it seems like that's been difficult. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Um, Let me see what his last 5 games have looked like. Let me see real quick. Travis Kelsey, they got his line at 74 and a half. Uh, and this is why. So against Minnesota, he had 67. Against Denver, 124. Chargers, 179. Denver again, 58. And then recently against Miami, 14.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could see him getting 50 only because I really see them relying on him in this game. I see
Mm-hmm.
him and Pacheco being their main weapons against the Eagles because they're gonna have to lean on their big names and their playmakers because I really don't think Kadarius Tony is gonna make a huge impact on this game. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Slay out
I
I
like
don't think
Rasheed Rice.
yeah. If
If I was
anybody, I
going,
would
yeah.
I would pick Rasheed Rice. But I could see Travis Kelsey going over 50. I could see him doing 50. I can also see I could also see the Jalen Hurts touchdown because I think once you're in between that 2 and 1 yard line, you know what play
Mm-hmm.
coming out. You know what play they running and it's unstoppable. That tush push is over with.
It's like
Um,
automatic at this point.
you feel me? So I see that anytime touchdown happening easily. And then I also see AJ Brown getting 60 easily. Like that's gonna be nothing. I think the sleeper is gonna be I think the sleeper is gonna be DeAndre Swift over in yards. I think that's really gonna be the sleeper for them because I think they're gonna use him in a way where like the Chiefs gonna try to kind of use Pacheco. Like they
Mm-hmm.
gonna run the ball downfield. Like it's gonna be more so like run pass, run pass, run pass kind of thing. So I kind of see the Eagles. I kind of see DeAndre Swift going over his rushing yards.
Yeah, they had his line at 58 and a half. I
Yeah.
could see him getting 60 because the Eagles one like to run the ball, especially if it's um in the point of the game where they got the lead and it's like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Hmm.
They're gonna run until you stop it. So I like that. Um, I think Jalen Hurts was at 35 and a half. I wanna say I like that. But like I think my locks for that one is the anytime touchdown with Jalen Hurts, the money line for the Eagles, 60 receiving yards for AJ,
Hmm.
50 for Travis, and then I'm gonna do an alternate and I'm gonna say 50 for DeAndre Swift rushing.
Yeah, yeah. I like all those. I like all those. I think that's gonna be like one of those you gonna. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for my props for today. I ain't really find anything else like too, you know. Well, I like Dalton Kincaid 40 plus receiving yards.
Yeah, yeah. Josh Allen be feeding him like crazy. So
Yeah,
I think that's easy. I think that's easily happening.
yeah.
Another lock that I low key like found under the radar is a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown this week.
And
And
that's
the
against
reason,
who do they play? The Jaguars, right?
hmm and the reason I say that is because looking at his stat line, he's literally had it's been every other game where he scores a touchdown. Literally every other game. And last game against Tampa, they did terrible, and he didn't get a touchdown. So I think he gets the one against the Jags.
Okay. I might put that in. I didn't know that stat about him having a touchdown every other game, so I might actually put that
Hmm.
in.
Yeah, if you
Um,
look at his line, it's definitely every other game where he get a touchdown.
I would say the over on rushing props for the Cleveland Browns, whatever those props are, I would take the over. I know it's against
Look at that.
the Steelers defense, But I mean, Deshaun Watson is out. They got a rookie quarterback and DTR playing. So,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be reliant on that run game a lot to kind
Yeah,
of take some of the pressure off of him.
they're definitely gonna be leaning on that run game. Let me see, player rushing. So they got Jerome Ford at 55.5, and they got Kareem Hunt at 30.5.
I like
Yeah,
both.
yeah, I like both too. I really like Jerome Ford. I got him in my fantasy league and one of my leagues, and he's consistent. Like he consistently putting up points. He consistently in the end zone. He consistently getting his yards. Like he's one of those. Like yeah, he over reliable, and especially like you said, they got their rookie quarterback in DTR. Granted, he was going off in preseason, but obviously that was preseason. Like this the real deal now. So I think they definitely gonna lean heavy on that run game.
Yeah, yeah. I was looking at the Sunday slate, and I'm like, let me look at these Brown props real quick before I close out all of my props and bets for the day. But yeah, I just remembered that Watson is out, and they do have a rookie quarterback because I don't think they're gonna rely on PJ Walker because he's a turnover machine.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely are going to be relying on the run game a lot.
Yeah.
I would. I mean, they got the over under for total points for the Chargers and Packers at 44.
44. I wouldn't even touch that over under. I would just touch the spread. They got the Chargers at -3. I think they kind of go
I
off
take
on the
the
Packers.
yeah. I
Yeah,
either have a
so
money line for that one.
yeah, because they even got the money line low. They got that money line at what -164. What I'm looking at. Yeah, so I see, man. And I honestly don't know why they have it this low. Like in my eyes, maybe they know something I don't know, but I think
Mm-hmm.
I think the Chargers finna just do them bad. Granted, they are in Lambeau, and it's gonna be a little chilly up there, so they might be accounting like, all right, the Chargers might not be used to this cold out here, but man, I don't know, bro. Just off strict talent and how these teams been playing, Jordan Love been sneaking it up. He been turning the ball over like crazy.
Yep.
Like they don't really have any real offense in my eyes. So I kind of see the Chargers going just having a way.
Okay. So I did end up doing a anytime touchdown ticket. So for those watching and looking for a lotto to put in, what I did was let me find it real quick. Travis Etienne anytime touchdown. Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Austin Eckler anytime touchdown. Atchain, the running back from Miami, anytime
Mm-hmm.
touchdown. Jake Ferguson from the Cowboys, anytime. Nico Collins for the Texans, and then DJ Moore, anytime touchdown.
I like it. I honestly like it.
I mean, it's like I said, it's a lot of. I didn't put too much on it.
Right.
But hey, if it hit, we up.
Right. Exactly.
We up.
Exactly.
So,
If it hit,
yeah, if it hit and the Bears win, great Sunday.
hey, listen to me. Hey, amazing Sunday.
But I mean that's all I got, bro. You got anything else you want to add in?
No, no, I think I put all my locks in. Yeah, we all good.
And then one more time before we get up out of here, my good tail dog, he know the vibes. Bear down.
Hey, bear down. You are. Hey, come on now.
Bears
You
money
already know the
line.
vibes,
Lock that
bro.
in.
Come on.
We
Let's
here.
get it.
We
Let's
here.
get it, bro.
But thanks y'all for tuning in. Thanks again, bro, for being a part of this episode. And until then, bear down. Go Bears. I got them winning today. The streak starts now.
Let's get it.
All right, Birdie.
All right, man.